Oh boy, it's time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. And we're continuing on with part 2 of the Blood Beetle versus the Giant Mummy. So apparently part 2 is Jungle Waters. Huh. I didn't really see that coming. So, Victoria Falls in the Zambezi River in Africa is one of the greatest cataracts? In the world. It is a mile wide and 400 feet high, twice as high as Niagara Falls. Well, look at that. How about that? Okay. The Congo River is 3,000 miles long, with only 3/4 as long as the Nile. The Congo's volume of water is second only to the Amazon. By the way, according to a DNA analysis, I have ancestry from the Congo. How about that? Anyway, Lake Victoria in Eastern Africa is the second largest freshwater lake in the world, the largest being our own Lake Superior. Well, you just assume an American is reading this. Okay, I am an American, but still. Lake Victoria is 250 miles long and 200 miles wide. Tropical storms make it extremely dangerous to travel. Well, I guess so. Might want to park it and wait for the next weekend, you know. Oh, well, Oh, so that was just a little tidbit about Lake Victoria. So I hope you learned something, kids. Here's some toys you can get. Oh, we don't want a Mickey Mouse, do we? Walt Disney's Wonderful World. Is it wonderful today? Yeah. All of these must be gender and race swapped. Well, not the women, but, you know. So, there we go. We got that. Be the life of the party. Oh, boy. Change nickels into dimes. That's a cool thing. Huh. You can change a Bitcoin into cash. Floating dancing handkerchief. Oh, yeah. Amazing vanishing head. Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, hey, you want to get that girl to like you? Well, just use the Hypno coin and look, she'll obey your every command. That's not creepy at all, is it? So, act now. Here's the address. Only $1. There you go. Have gained some hypnotic powers. All right, finally, we are at Chapter 2, The Birth of Evil. So we're in a plane. Is that a missile or a shark underneath? General Amhotep, supersonic bomber, arrowed above the desert. Below it, the great bomb. Okay, yeah, it's a pump. Boy, that looks like a fish. Fell toward the tomb of Khafre. The bomb exploded with a fantastic violence. A searing light burst above and below the shimmering desert. There you go. It just got nukes all over the place. So, meanwhile, and below, in the great mastaba of the evil Pharaoh, directly below that searing blast, an ancient hieroglyphic prophecy came true. As the heat melted the mummy case, as the atomic light seared the basalt altar itself, the mummy, 4,000 years old, was suddenly a living thing.
How am I aching back? Dad, it's alive, and it's so huge.
It is living and growing every second. That atomic light is doing it. Imagine what it's doing to you, Dan, or your girlfriend, you know. But, whatever. And they unmask him. It turns out it was old Mr. Wilson all along. So, before their eyes, the giant mummy was not dead. Who was not dead, well, obviously, was growing. Not noticing them, it stirred, let one rip, and they heard a sound from... I'll bet. Boy, it's been 4,000 years. Jeez. Can't blame him, It was towering over them now.
Dan, that special power, can you...
No, I'm trying. It isn't working now. Well, you gotta say the Green Lantern oath. Or Shazam, something, I don't know. The ancient doors cut into thick walls of stone weren't big enough for the mummy of Kafiri. But this evil monster needed no doors for exit. He emerged from the desert floor. Wow, he must be super strong because he's basically just a bunch of bones, but he ripped through it, so yeah, there you go. Good Lord, he's that huge? By now he's bound to have stepped on him, you know. Anyway, oh, jeez. He's Godzilla size. General Amutep, if you want reconnaissance, you can come see for yourself. I'm getting out of here. Good thinking, buddy. So he leaves. And the Kafiri's like, what the hell is that? Meanwhile, Dr. Dan Garrett and Professor Lurie Hasid tried to piece together what had happened and what was happening outside. They take a moment to reflect, you know.
Dan, I'm scared to death. That wasn't a dream. It really happened. There's a giant undead mummy wandering around up there.
Yeah, I know. Kafiri prophesied that the white-hot light would bring him back to life. It is my guess that General Amutep knew this, and his hydrogen bomb... He's not even in control of Egypt, but he's got, you know, a stockpile of hydrogen bombs, so... you don't need the dumb mummy, buddy. Anyway, the hydrogen bomb was exploded deliberately to accomplish this. If only I could remember the phrase I must use. I remember it, Lurie. Is it Kajida or Kajda? I guess Kaj. So that's his shit. So now, yeah, he's stealing from Shazam, not just Superman now. Yeah. So Kajda. I don't think the current Blue Beetle has to do that, but anyway. And his suit looks way better than yours. Anyway, Lurie, you're an expert in such things. Where do you think the evil Pharaoh would go now? I just follow him, stupid. You're not going to miss him.
To Amutep, the man who gave him life. Who else? And that is where I am going too.
He had already discovered his ability to see through solid matter, and at incredible distances. Now he instinctively knew he possessed even greater powers. Whee! So he takes off flying, you know. General Amutep, unidentified aircraft approaching forbidden area. Ta-da! It's not an enemy plane. It's a man. Sort of. Now that's unkind. And my bullets don't hurt him. Well, just shoot one of your hydrogen bombs at him. That might take care of it. Oh, well. Anyway, the pilot suddenly received a telepathic message. Words of fire in his brain, which were, abandon your aircraft, puppet of evil, or else. And then, I don't know, he zaps him with his blue beetle lightning. Yeah, I didn't know beetles could do that, but whatever. So there you go. Zap. You know. That's on the swing. Okay. I see them from here. The giant mummy who is not dead. Remember, folks, that's the title. Went right to Amutep. Reported to him. Because Amutep is evil. And a descendant of that dynasty. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The fantastic vision of Blue Beetle penetrated walls and vaulted across space and showed him the giant mummy of Kafiri, who, remember, is not dead, facing his modern master, the evil Amutep. Evil giant, reincarnation of the evil pharaoh, Kafiri. I greet you. Together you and I will rule the world. He just steps on him, you know. I mean, you're bigger than him, buddy. But he does have hydrogen bombs, so. Our aims are the same, dead Pharaoh. You sought to rule the world 6,000 years ago, and now I seek that... Wait a minute, he's been buried for 4,000 years, but he ruled 6,000 years ago, so he was 2,000 years old when he died? Yeah, maybe. And now I seek that dream. Together we will reign. With modern weapons, we will institute the reign of evil. Now let's get a room and consummate our relationship. Anyway, I'd better have a talk with Amenhotep right now. Is he flapping his arm? He looks all rubbery and stuff. You needed to redraw that. Oh, well. So in a split second, the Blue Beetle faced the pair who were avowed enemies of all men. I'm taking your playmate back to his tomb, Amenhotep. My assistant is deciphering the hieroglyphics, which will put him back in the time and place from which he came. Jeez, it's a time machine in there? And he just knows all this? Oh, and great going, exposing your girlfriend to possible being assassinated now because, she's the real threat now. Oh, well. He's just, what the hell? Well, there's a giant mummy, so why not, Anyway, suddenly caught without warning. Well, he was standing right there, but the Blue Beetle felt a sudden chill, an evil coldness from the tomb held him paralyzed. He could not lift his eyes nor move a finger to fight the evil power of Kafiri. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Losing my power. Uh-oh. Then the crumpled form of Dan Garrett slumped to the ground. Taken unaware by the evil Pharaoh, Blue Beetle, who is in reality Dan Garrett, had succumbed. The fool! Nothing can stand in our way, Kafiri. We will triumph. We will bring disaster to the world and rule in chaos. He landed on his hand. Now, let's pull his pants down. This jeweled scarab may be the source of his great powers. I must have Kafiri destroy it along with him. Or you could use it yourself. Oh no, will Blue Beetle survive this? Well, we'll just have to find out in Chapter 3, because this is the end of Chapter 2, see? So, oh boy. Well, there you go. You got Blue Beetle having an adventure. And a little lesson about Lake Victoria. So how about that? A little extra in your Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics episode. And we'll do it again next Sunday with another, oh man, a great adventure of the Blue Beetle. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr. Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.